The following line is 10 centimeters long. A point moves so that it's always 3 centimeters away from that line. Draw its locus. Okay, so when it says draw its locus, it's talking about drawing its path, essentially, okay? Because this point, okay, it's like a ball, if you like, it's consistently moving, okay, it doesn't stop, and it's always obeys this rule, 3 centimeters away from this line, okay, and it just keeps on moving. So if it keeps on moving, okay, it's going to go sort of like in a round sort of fashion, isn't it? Okay, it's going to go around and around and around so that it stays 3 centimeters away from that line. But it will create a path, won't it? And that path will be consistent. It's not going to change from that path. It will always run the same path. So that path is what we call a locus. All right. Now, in this case, right, it's quite, it's not difficult to see what happens when it's sort of parallel to this side. Okay. Because if you think about it, when it's above it, okay, right here, it's just going to run parallel, isn't it? 3 centimeters away. It's quite clear to see that, isn't it? Okay. It'll always be 3 centimeters away from that line. So it'll just be above it there. And the same then underneath. It's going to be 3 centimeters underneath. So we can do that with a simple ruler. And what I'll do is, if I go right to the very end, okay, you've got to be careful here to measure this out properly, right? So we've got to get this spot on. And what I'll do is, I'll just mark, right at the end of the line, I'll mark 3 centimeters here, okay, where 3 centimeters is. And I'll mark 3 centimeters down here. Okay, so I'm going to make sure I get this right. So I'll go to 6, obviously, from 3 there to 6, okay? And I'll do the same then at the other end, okay? So I'll go 3 here, the end there, to 6 there, okay? And what I can do then is I can connect those points up, okay? Being careful to join them up perfectly there, and the bottom ones as well, okay? We got that. Right. Okay. So that's 3 centimeters from the line. Let me just check that there. Yeah, that looks good, doesn't it? 3 centimeters. Perfect. From the line there, when it's running parallel to it. Question is, what happens when it gets to this point here? It's not going to keep going, isn't it? Because if it keeps going, it's going to get further away from the line. Okay, remember, we've got to be 3 centimeters away. So it's got to somehow turn, if you think about it. It's got to turn to go along this path here. Okay? So when it turns, okay, it's going to turn in a circular fashion. Because if you think about it, it's always got to be 3 centimeters from the line. So when it gets to the end of the line, then it obeys a different rule. It's got to be 3 centimeters away, if you like, from this point. Yeah? Okay? So if we're 3 centimeters away from the point at the end of that line, it's going to be a circular arc, isn't it? It's semicircular, in fact, radius 3 centimeters. So we're always 3 centimeters from that point. So if I get my compass, measure it out to be 3 centimeters, okay, and 3 centimeters exactly. Put it on that pin, and if I've done this right, it should hopefully join up nicely with the line I've just drawn. So there you go. Yeah. Okay. So it's not bad at all, okay? So that's the arc it'll follow then as it goes around, and it will always be 3 centimeters then from that point. So it's got to move in a round fashion, isn't it then? Okay, so that's the locus. Let's do it at the other end, so hopefully this will work out right for me as well. 3 centimeters, okay? Yeah, there you go, okay? So you can see then it's like a running track, isn't it? It's like a running track. And that's the locus we've got, and it's always consistently 3 centimeters away from my line here in the center.